So thank you so much for taking the time to look at this video. We're going to dive into the portal right now that I've sent you. So I wanted to kind of give you a video to kind of help you figure out what exactly this is. If you're not familiar with the portal, the MLS, or not as tech savvy, I just want you to give you an overview of how this is going to work. So let's dive right in. So you're going to get an email from me, and it's going to come from Billy Morris. That's me. So it's going to have on here always, the first email you're going to get, typically I'm going to have a message for you, it was great speaking with you, kind of discussing the criteria that we had. And then for future messages that you receive from the portal, it's typically just going to say what it says here on the top line: property information prepared exclusively for, and then your name. So down here you'll see your view listing. So anytime I send you a listing, whether it's through your portal or just directly to your email, you're always going to want to click on the view listing, and I'll try to make that larger when I email it to you. So we click on view listing, and your MLS portal is going to pop up. And so it's going to have a couple different categories. It's going to have 4 tabs essentially. Your newly matched, so that's homes that you haven't looked at, or it hasn't sorted. You haven't sorted them. You're going to have your agent recommended, and that's houses or properties that I've looked at that I really like, that I think fit your criteria perfectly, and so I put them in there as agent recommended. You're going to have your save tab, so homes that you've liked, and then you're going to have a rejected tab, and obviously those are homes you don't like. And so when you're looking through your listings, it's going to have the main picture here. It's going to have your main information, so how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, and just for your knowledge, so there's 3 bathrooms, but 2 of them are full baths, which mean they include a bath or a shower, and then one's a half bath, which is just going to be like a powder room. It's just going to have a sink and a toilet. It's going to have the acreage size, the square footage size, the year it was built, and then the area that it's in. This particular search are all single-family homes, so they're all detached single-family homes. It could be townhomes, it could be condos, it could be land. So whatever your search criteria that we set up together is going to be on here. So the big thing about it is it's nice. It's set up nicely so that you have a nice big picture you can look at. You can either click directly on the pictures like this, and it'll bring up a tab of just galleries, so you can look at the pictures. You can go up here and hit full screen, so you have nice big pictures to kind of cull through like this. We can close this tab out. You can click on the details page, and so the details is going to bring up all the pertinent information about that property. So it's going to have the remarks that the agents left up there, obviously pictures, the main stuff that's on the front page, but it's also going to get into the nitty-gritty. It's going to talk about the heating and cooling systems, the type of flooring that's in there, on which level the bathrooms and bedrooms are. It's going to go into bedroom sizes. So this particular house is 810 square feet on the first floor and second floor, for a total of 1,620. And then in the basement, the below grade, it's got 810 square feet. Here are the different room sizes. So this is a very massive master bedroom, 29 by 14. Or we have a lot of living room furniture. We have 2 couches and 3 chairs or whatever, and you need a massive living room. You can always come here and look at the square footage of the living room and say 18 by 15, that's pretty big, but we know we need at least 20 by 18 or something like that. So you can kind of come in here and look at the nitty-gritty details that will help you determine if this house is going to be a good fit for you or not. So directly from here, you can either save or reject the property. You can also post a comment. So if there's anything particular about it that you either like or you don't like, you can put a comment on it for your future reference and for my reference, so that I can see, okay, he's rejected 4 of these homes, and I'm not exactly sure why, so I can read the comments and say, okay, too far from downtown where I work. This one's also too far from downtown, but this one, the bathroom's too small, or we need, main floor. Whatever your reason, your comments are going to help kind of narrow it down. And then in the future, if you look at this house and say, I remember seeing this house 3 weeks ago, I love this house. What do we not like about it? You can read your comments and say, oh, that's right, you know, the basement leaks, or something to that effect of something that you might not necessarily be jogged your memory just by looking at it. So we'll close the detailed view, open up the main view here. So the other thing that we can look at when looking at these homes is see the map. So the MLS is paired with Google Maps, so if you don't exactly know where a street is, maybe it's a small street or you're new to Lynchburg, you can click on here. Google Maps is going to pop up, give you a nice street view, give you a nice overlay. You can always zoom in and say, okay, you know, we need a big wide open yard in the back, and the pictures didn't really do it justice. There weren't any, you know, either there weren't aerial footages or whatever. You can go in here, look at the satellite imagery, and say, okay, well, it doesn't look like it's a big open yard, but there's nice woods behind it, so you know we don't have to worry about staring out our back porch at a bunch of different houses or something like that. So having the aerial footage there, and also just the overlay of the neighborhood is kind of a nice. Google Maps now provides property lines like this, so you can see roughly where your property line would be. So we'll close out the maps, go back to the portal, and so again, so you can go through here, you can say, okay, I've looked at this, I like this house, let's save that to potentially go take a tour of this weekend. You know, I don't like this house, but instead of just rejecting it, let me post a comment about it and say, well, that's actually a really nice house, so I don't know what I would say about it. But let's say bedrooms are too small. And then you can post that so that you know for future references that's why you're rejecting it. And if I look at your portal, I can say, okay, bathrooms are too small. So on and so forth. So every couple of days or weeks or however we set up your portal, you're going to get new listings that come on the market. If the market's kind of slow and listings don't come up, you're not going to get new listings obviously every day. But if the market is kind of hopping and you're getting a lot of listings, that you'll get those sent directly to you. And then any listings that I see that fit that criteria that I really want you to see, I can send directly to you and maybe put it in your agent recommended tab. You want to go through here and narrow down your newly matched. So right now this one has 34. So you would have, you know, a handful in the saved areas and then the rest in the rejected for homes that you didn't like. It's going to get you a better sense of what you like and what you don't like. It's going to also give me a better sense of what you like and don't like so that we can narrow down the perfect house for you. So I wanted to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you guys have any questions about the portal or about real estate in general, any questions, always feel free to email me, call me, text me with any of those questions, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. Have a great day.